First of all, in there, they pointed out about the horror movies we watch and crime stories we read, which yes, we do. They did make me feel like that's strange, that's not original, which I think it is. I think a lot of people watch horror films. We have a whole lot of comedies. We watch mostly comedies. But they pointed that out, so just to get that clarified a little bit. They also said I walked out after my polygraph, which is not true. I walked out about 8 hours after the polygraph, after intense questioning, and thank God they've only done that questioning one time, but that lasted about 12 hours altogether that day. But about 8 hours after that polygraph is when I finally got up and said, you know, you must not be any closer to finding my daughter when you're sitting here asking me where she is. And I think it was about midnight I finally got up and I left.
So you didn't walk out in the middle of the polygraph?
No.
Okay. It also says that Sean failed it.
Yeah.
And alludes to the fact that you did too.
Yeah.
What do you say to that?
I don't really know how to say anything to that. I don't know how to give those tests. I don't know anything about them. I know it made me lose a lot of faith in that test because they had got me to put a lot of faith into that test. And I thought that was going to hopefully get some focus somewhere, which it didn't.
For so long, after much debate, they decided they would talk to me.
And reading through all that, it still gets them nowhere. We still have no answers.
There's some other things in there I just wanted to address. I want you to be able to address them. And one is that you purchased drugs in Snyder or something like that.
No, I was just very upfront and open about the fact that I was on pain medication and antibiotics were too. And I put that out there. And I don't know if we got them that night or we already had them. They gave me anti-anxiety medication a couple days after Hailey's disappearance, and I had been taking that as well.
Okay.
So, no, like, street drug use.
Ever?
No.
Okay.
Never did that. I think they said something about a New Year's Eve party, which is the furthest thing from the truth as well. I didn't even realize it was New Year's Eve because that's not my concern. An aunt and uncle and their grandbaby came down. We had them over and my two brothers from Snyder came over. Pretty much all day Friday. They spent the night in Snyder at my brother's house, and then they were here pretty much all day Saturday also before they went back home. I've had a lot of family coming and staying with me. And they're just being really supportive.
So it was family that was over here
Yeah.
on New Year's Eve, simply supporting you.
Yep.
Okay. Now, something else I wanted to ask you about. Yesterday on the K-Texas newscast, you alluded to the fact that you and Sean had parted ways.
Yeah.
And can you explain that to me?
Like I said, they'd had me put so much trust into that test, and when he failed it, I was fearing the worst, that he had hurt my daughter, and I told police that were around that I didn't want him back at the house. But after I failed it too, I don't know how to feel or what to think, but he's going to stay at his grandma's house until this is cleared up. Because we don't know where she is or what happened. And I'm not going to rule out anything that the investigators can't rule out, you know.
Right. And it also says in there that they confiscated your car. Mm-hmm. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. And I guess for forensic evidence and that sort of thing.
Which I don't really understand because all of our DNA is going to be in there, but yeah, I let them go ahead and take it, do whatever they need to do. I'm going to continue to be cooperative as I can be.
They took an Xbox, is that right?
Yeah, they took my son's Xbox because Hailey was playing on it the night before she disappeared.
How about computers and that sort of thing?
We don't have any computers.
We don't. Can you talk to me about, they allude to the fact that there was a lot of cell phone use
Yeah.
confiscated cell phones, and
Yeah, they took,
obviously they pinged on the towers that were.
which I'm not real sure about. Monday morning on the 27th, before I left to work, I used the phone here in the house, but I left the cell phone here. Sean had his cell phone with him. So that's all I know is that my cell phone should have been here all day long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was Hailey using your cell phone?
Yeah.
Perhaps?
Well, yeah, that's why I left it here, for the kids to use it. A neighbor, who's not there now, but he did tell investigators, he saw Hailey walking around in my backyard on the phone at around lunchtime.
Okay. Some of the things that are in here that Sean told investigators, there's a statement about killing a deer that he made to Mr. Who's that, Mr. Ostenberg?
One of my brothers, it would have been.
Okay. And then, he also told him that he thought she was sexually active.
And I don't know why.
And
I
how
don't
does that
believe
make it?
that upsets me a lot. I mean, I never had suspicions of that. I don't know why that was said. He never said that to me. But I really can't speak for him. I haven't really talked to him.
You haven't? When was the last time you talked to him?
Probably 2 days ago. He'll just send a text message now and then. I love y'all and I miss y'all. But we really don't talk.
Okay. And out of all of this, what do you want people to know that, where you are today? What do you want people to know after all this is released?
Mainly I want people to know the fact is my 13-year-old daughter's still missing, and that's what is most important. That's what people need to continue to focus on. That's what we want them to continue to focus on. I hope people don't judge me by what was in there. I hope they hear my side of it, because I don't want people thinking I'm a horrible person. But yeah, I've been open and honest about everything, and I'm glad to get a chance to defend myself. But the main thing is that Hailey's still not at home.
And if she were watching or reading this today, what would you say to her?
Tell her how much I love her and beg her to come back home. If you're out there because you want to be out there, I need you home. I need to hear from you. I've got to know that you're safe. We can fix any problem that you have or that we have that for whatever reason you would have left, we can fix it. I just miss her so much.
Have you had people calling you just out of the clear blue sky like they have Clint with leads?
Yeah, not much. And because in the beginning I was always adamant, you have to call the police.
Right.
They have to check it out. Even if you think it's something small and probably doesn't matter, you have to call the police. That's their job to decide whether it's good info or not. If anybody wants to call in anonymously, they can call 1-800-THE-LOST and be completely anonymous.
I think that's all I have.
Okay.
I appreciate you talking to us.
I appreciate you giving me a chance to defend myself also, and just to let everybody know the focus needs to continue to be the fact that Hailey's not at home yet.
There was one other thing. We got some information that there is a, for lack of a better word, a slasher website that someone has discovered that.
No, I think probably they're talking about Sean gets on.
Sean gets on
MichaelMyers.com.
MichaelMyers.com and posts. And there were just some disturbing comments perhaps on there. Is that
I don't know.
you don't know about that?
Right.